Welcome back to this special from Al Sports Update Productions. I'm your host, AJ Patel. For the past 7 months, producer Jake Jessberger and I have been uncovering the story of former Temple football player Todd Bowles. Now an NFL head coach, we're taking a look at how the 3-time Super Bowl champ made his unconventional journey from Philadelphia to Tampa Bay. This is our production, Tampa Todd.
Number of people have already asked, why are you stepping away from the chance to go to Hall of Fame and win another Super Bowl? Because I don't give a shit about the Hall of Fame. Succession is way more important to me. This has been my dream for a long time. Guys that know me, they knew I wanted one of my guys to take over. And that's more important to me than anything. I couldn't turn it over to a better person. Todd's gonna do a great job.
Touchdowns on Saturday don't just happen. They are the result of lots of hard work and determination. At Temple University, this work takes place under the watchful eye of Bruce Arians and his staff.
Often dubbed as Tampa Bay, South Florida has a reputation of winning.
We're the #1 team in the world!
But for Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles, their journey started over 1,000 miles away.
It's kind of bittersweet for me, obviously, with Coach Arians stepping down. He's been in my life for, maybe 4 decades.
Located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Temple University is one of the nation's largest centers of teaching, research, and scholarship. Temple University athletics are comprised of 26 intercollegiate athletic teams and are strongly committed to excellence both on the field and in the classroom.
Todd Bowles and Bruce Arians first met when number 15 was still in pads. The dynamic was a little different in 1983 when Todd was a junior and Arians was a first-time head coach. In Arians' initial recruiting class, he welcomed running back Paul Palmer, a future Heisman Trophy candidate.
Opens up at midfield, 45, 40. He's got one man to beat him. He can outrun him. He's at the 20. There he goes! Touchdown, Paul Palmer!
He would always talk to us. BA always made us felt like we had a chance. I was young, 18 years old, about 100, when I first got there, about 165 pounds. And they would just talk to me. They would talk to me in the locker room before games to make sure I wasn't getting nervous. And that's kind of what did it. Like you felt a confidence from them. And then once you did well, you felt the confidence that they had in you as well.
Sophomore Paul Palmer gave an excellent look at the great future of Temple football.
What Arians did when he came that made us so tight was he moved us all into the dorms together. And I think for us it was good. It's a little different now, but for us it was good because you get to know people. Because we lived with each other. We didn't get a chance to just show up and play for a couple hours and leave. We got to live with each other and really get to know each other. And really the same friends I've had at Temple are the exact same friends that I have to this day. They haven't really changed very much.
Defensive play of the night came when the blitzing All-America Todd Bowles hit the quarterback and the ball fell into the hands of linebacker.
He was really good. He's a big guy. And he's a defensive back. I mean, he was a really great player, and when he got hurt, it kind of felt like a gut punch to the team because we knew we were going to be without really one of the best players in the nation. And it was kind of unfortunate because I'm sure he would have gotten drafted mid to high rounds. His journey in the NFL would have been a lot easier. It's not easy being a rookie free agent. 2020 hindsight, he wouldn't trade it for anything. It made him who he is now. And if he had it easier, maybe he may not have made it.
Yes, a wrist injury from Todd's senior year kept him out of the draft, but the Washington Redskins still took a chance on him.
We got here around the same time. I got here in 86, Todd got here in 86. So it was just a matter for me coming in from the USFL was making the football team, just like Todd being a rookie. And you realize one thing about Todd Bowles, it was all about what he had to do. And you realize how smart he was at playing the position. And you knew Todd Bowles was somebody you didn't mind being around.
The rookie and the vet found immediate success, winning a Super Bowl together in 1987. Williams' stellar performance made him the first black quarterback to start and win a Super Bowl. After the two hung up their cleats, Todd moved into the front office with the Packers, and Doug went on to coach at Morehouse College.
I immediately got on the telephone and called Todd and asked him to come down and coach with us at Morehouse College. I said, Todd, man, look, you can do wonders with these guys. And then he called me back and he said, I'm gonna come. And hey, man, it's the best thing that Todd did for me. And at the end of the day, it's the best thing that Todd has done for himself. And he followed me to Grambling, and the guys, let me tell you, Grambling, the fans, the people in Grambling love Todd Bowles because he made it easy for them. And, made it easy for us too as coaches. And then Al Grove was the coach at New York Jets. And he called one morning and he said, I'd like to interview Todd Bowles. And I gently told him that, no, you can't interview him, but you can hire him. And he ended up hiring Todd Bowles as a defensive back coach. And that's when he got in the league, and the rest of it history.
Todd entered the league as a secondaries coach, starting with the New York Jets. This position followed him to Cleveland with the Browns, and then to Dallas with the Cowboys. This all came before he got his first taste of head coaching in Miami as an assistant. In 2012, Todd moved back to Philadelphia before taking on the defensive coordinator job in Arizona.
I remember when he was with the Arizona Cardinals, I looked at, when they hired Bruce Arians, it was like, here's this guy who's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer, offensive genius. But what really was successful for them when he was with the Cardinals was that I think 4 out of the 5 years that Bruce Arians and Todd were there, Bruce Arians' defense was ranked in the top 10 4 out of those 5 years. Bruce Arians' offense wasn't. It was kind of middle of the road at best. And I think, the success of Bruce weighed heavily on the success of Todd Bowles. And
after 15 years and 9 different coaching positions, Todd Bowles finally got a shot as a head coach right here in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Todd with the Jets, I think he was pretty much handcuffed there with just not a good organization from top to bottom. He didn't have a lot of talent to work with.
I don't like to lose games, period, and they don't either, so it doesn't really matter who we lost to. We're pissed that we lose.
I think that experience, with a losing organization, now with a winning one, he's able to kind of sift through what worked for him up there and what didn't work.
You have to be man enough to know when you can change things. Usually when people get fired, they blame everybody else. The first thing I did was look within myself. That experience has helped me become and stand right where I am today and be a better coach going forward.
When I think about this whole league, Tampa Bay Buccaneers has probably did the best transition into what every team in this league should do is not afraid to hire diversity. Bruce Arians is as close to who we would love to have across the league as anybody. Nobody thinks out the box better than Bruce Arians does. And then, he got 4 guys, 4 of his top guys are all black. And you know what? The Buccaneers are winning.
The problem ultimately comes down to the franchise owners who have the final say in the hiring process.
You can't tell an owner who to hire. And when you hire whoever he hires, you can't tell a head coach who to hire.
I think the Bucs have kind of instilled that with the Glazer family. They've hired more African-American coaches than any other team in the National Football League.
Would it ever be an even playing field? No. Would it ever be fair? No. You just hope for the best. You just hope for another Bruce Arians or 2 Bruce Arians out there that look at it from a different perspective.
The lack of minority representation in the league forced the NFL to change its rules surrounding the hiring process. But things haven't gone according to plan. There are currently only 3 head coaches of color. As a result, Doug Williams, now in a senior advising position with the Commanders, is implementing change within his own program.
They asked to bring in a young minority, and they're going to do that. But the Doug Williams Fellowship is part of that program. But the thing here, the coach that comes in here is going to be from a HBCU, which means we're going to make sure that somebody from a historical black college get an opportunity to come in here and work the whole year.
Todd talks about it now. He goes, I wish we'd get to the point where I'm not a black coach who's being interviewed, or I'm not a black coach being hired. It's just another good coach being hired.
The promotion of Coach Bowles makes it evident he was hired for his football IQ and not the color of his skin.
That's the thing about just working with Todd. You see that he's a genius. You really do. He sees the game 2 plays ahead. And when I first started talking to him and asking him about it, he was always talking about, Mike, that play that just happened, we can't do anything about it. I'm already on to the next play. So as other coaches, we're sitting here yelling on the sideline about what went wrong on the previous play, and he's already 2 plays down the line thinking about what he's going to do.
That's a bet move. I did that.
What makes Todd's defense so difficult? I think it's a lot like his personality. He's hard to read. I think your team follows you in that respect, is that there's not a lot of highs and lows. And I think Todd is all about that. He wants to just be kind of consistent. You win, you move on. You lose, you learn from it and you move on.
Another thing I learned from Coach Bowles is have your players trust you and be honest with your players and let them know what you expect from them up front, and they'll go out and do it for you.
He came in and he did what he needed to do. He made us feel comfortable. I've been on many teams now, and for a guy like Todd Bowles, like he makes you feel comfortable in what you're doing, and he's gonna give it to you however he see it. He's not gonna sugarcoat anything.
Bowles' respect was earned by letting his actions speak louder than his words. Coach Bowles is known nationwide for his achievements from Philadelphia to South Florida. One thing's for sure, everyone loves Tampa Todd.
Always just try to be there for me as a teammate, and now as a friend.
No one's off limits to him. Whether you're owner of the team or you're the janitor, no one's off limits, and he brings you into the family. He makes you feel comfortable.
I appreciate it. Everything that he taught me, and at the end of the day, though, I appreciate everything that he does. So he's a coach, you know what I mean?
It's my pleasure talking about Todd Bowles. Anytime you want to talk about Todd Bowles, I don't mind talking about him because, it's hard to find a friend like Todd Bowles.